Hello there, beautiful Vivid teachers. I have so many fun updates to share with you today as part of our, dare I call it, Christmas present release? Anyway, I'm so excited to share these features with you. So the first feature I want to show you is in the message area. The first thing that you might notice is a little loading icon, just in case the messages take a second for you to load. You will see that icon now. The more exciting part is the audio feature. So you tap on the microphone to the right side of the text box. Make sure you allow the microphone. I suggest allow while using this site since you're always going to want it to be allowed. And now it is recording what I'm saying, recording the message and whatever I say. So I could record the piano. I could record instructions for my student if it's just easier to speak it than to write it, or it works better for the student that way. You could record just, hey, that piece was amazing, just a congratulations. It can be anything, but it's really fun to be able to record just an audio message. So you'll see the waveform goes like that. You can hit the pause button if you want to pause at any stage, and the waveform is still going, but you'll see the seconds have stopped advancing. So and you can restart it, or you can stop it. Once you've stopped it, if you delete that, that's gone forever. But you can take a second to play it back so that you can listen again. And now it is recording what I'm saying so that you can listen to what you've recorded, check something if you want to check your microphone or whatever before you press send. And you can listen to it again there and delete it. You obviously can't edit it at that stage. So Alice will get a message. As usual, it's at this time it will be an audio message and she'll be able to tap on that to listen to the audio. Next, we're going to go to the student area to show you some things there. So let's stick with Alice and go to her account. So the feature I'm going to show you is called Overwrite Original, which is something me and Nicole really wanted to exist. You may not have known you needed this, but we think you did. I think there are many use cases for it. So I'm going to add something to Alice's account here. This is the Black Keys arpeggios from the Vivid Collection assignments. So it's something she hasn't had before. And now if I go into edit it, let's say I really want to add something to this text and I want it to be a permanent change for every time I use this assignment, not just for Alice. At the moment, if I just leave it as it is and I add something there, it's going to be just for Alice's version. And that's great to have too, like we need that feature too, but we might want to edit the original. So let's say I want to put this smiley face there. And it's really important to me that that change is reflected on every version of the assignment going forward. Now, of course, it could be a more important change than this. Different notes or correcting what you said before or correcting an audio file that was attached incorrectly, something like that. If I tick Overwrite Original, that means this will affect the library copy of this assignment, not just Alice's copy. So if you don't want it to affect the library, just don't check that box. No problem. But if you do want it to be reflected on the library, that is what you can do. Just a quick note that this doesn't work if you change the title of the assignment, because that's what Vivid is relying on as the information about what that file is, essentially. So if you change the title, you won't be able to overwrite the original because it won't be considered to be the same thing as the original. You'll also notice now that the custom sorting is back. We just had to take it down to make sure it was functioning exactly as expected on every device and behaving itself, basically. So we've ironed out the wrinkles and it is back up on the site. Of course, if you have any other issues with it, do just let us know and we'll be sure to sort those out right away. But all should be good from now on and you're able to use custom sort. The next new feature is one many of you are really excited about and I'm never going to use, but that's okay. This is for you. If you turn on email notifications for new student messages, you will get an email when a student messages you. Now, this is set to check with the system every 15 minutes so that you're not getting a whole load of emails for if a student writes you like a bunch of emails in a row or sends you like 1,000 stickers or something like that, you won't get an individual email constantly for that whole time, but you will get emails for new messages every 15 minutes. And there's a link in the email that'll take you straight to that message. So this is a really quick way if you want to have your email on your phone and get those notifications and be able to check them right away and respond to your student. This is the option for you. It doesn't have to be on the phone, of course. I just assume if you're on a desktop, you probably just have Vivid open anyway, so you can see the new messages arriving. Either way, up to you. You can turn it on or turn it off, experiment with what works for you. So this is the current version of the app. We're on Alice again. Sticking with Alice today. So just a few tweaks, not as many changes in the app. First one is the matching audio feature. So if I want to message me, I can also record audio on my phone the same way I can on the computer. So it's the same as the teacher's feature, but for the student, so that they can send you an audio message, ask you a question, play a piece for you, whatever they want to do if they don't want to record a video. It can be very handy. Obviously, the file size with an audio file is lower than a video, so it does mean they can send a longer audio clip than they would be able to send for a video. The other thing in here is that I can now pause my practice. So if I go into blocked mode, let's say. Sorry, it's not for blocked. So the other thing on here is that I can now pause my practice. So let's say I'm in interleave mode. I'm going to practice these things. I have this pause button. So if I need to step away to go answer the door, to check something because I need a break, whatever, I can pause that and restart from the same point so I don't have to start a new session. Finally, the time zone issues are hopefully definitely fixed. Please let me know if you see any more discrepancies in terms of the time zones. That's been a difficult one to squish, to be honest with you, but we think we finally cracked it. So yeah, please let us know if there's any further issues. As with all updates, you need to actually update the app, encourage your students to do so. Hopefully they have automatic updates on so that there's not too many that won't have done it automatically, but you can encourage them to update the app if they are having any issues with any or not seeing some of the things we're talking about, not seeing the audio feature. If you see something on the site that doesn't look quite right, or you're not seeing one of the new things that I've mentioned, first step is hard refresh. So, not a term people usually know outside of the web world. It's not the same as refresh. What it means is you press on a Mac Command Shift R. So not just Shift R, but Command Shift R. And on a PC, Control Shift R. Should work on most browsers, and that is a hard refresh. If that doesn't work, clear your cache, clear your cookies. If that doesn't work, get in touch with us, tell us what browser you're using and what device so that we can look into it. I hope you enjoy these updates. It's always a pleasure putting them together for you. Thank you so much for all of your support in our first full year of Vivid Practice. Hard to believe, but this was our first full year, 2024. And we have even more amazing stuff planned for next year. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a happy holiday period.